Goodbye. My favorite thing about today is how everyone literally has spent 2.5 years online trying to make me unalive myself to the point where they have actually done streams saying that I should just go and unalive myself and then they would have parties to celebrate it. We have Mrs. Parker publicly wishing me to OD. We have Arsene wishing me death several times, threatening me with knives and pictures and whatnot. We have gun pictures being sent to me constantly too, by the way. It's just great. We have all these people out here, right? And they're like, oh, here's Queen. She was this really vulnerable person when we all took her into our community and had a bunch of trauma. So now, since she doesn't want to hang with us anymore, we're just going to blast that trauma constantly, and we're going to have a bunch of people attack her all over the internet constantly. And we're going to openly say that it's because we want her to unalive herself. Like, we're all going to sit here. We're going to stream about her. We're going to go at her. We're going to get as many people in on this as we can. Because CJ's over here like, if she won't be with me, she's never going to be with anyone. Bitch is going to die. She'll never be allowed to be on this platform again. Which is funny because he actually told me when I wanted to leave, like, the first time, like, a little while before. There was a few times that I tried to leave, guys. He was all like, if you leave, I'm going to make sure that no one on here will ever trust you again and you won't even be able to have a channel. So that's what we've been doing out here for the last 2 years, in case you were unaware. And now he wants to be all like, Queen's threatening to unalive. Like, what do you mean? That's literally what your goal has been. That's your goal. You've literally said that. You and Sue, the professor, Valkyrie, Kaylee, Bells have sat there and said that you want me to unalive myself. You hope I do it on a live stream. You've actually said these things. I have clips of it at the police station. All right? Then you literally have gone on to say that you want me to unalive myself, right? Threaten me for 2.5 years to revenge porn me, takes my personal information, puts it all over the fucking place, gets people to fucking cover it, doxed me in early 2020 in Discords with his friends so that, you know, they could start gathering my personal information for when I wanted to leave. That's what these people do, by the way. As soon as you join that community, private Discord opened about you. They start researching all your shit. They pile it all into a private Discord that you're unaware of. Hypo learned really fast, by the way. When she was in Suit's community, she started doing it for him. You know, that's what all her private Discords were for. Suit just left out the part where he also wanted her to make them about people. Because all these motherfuckers literally heard Onision say once in some stream or some bullshit that it's a good idea to, like, keep file folders of everyone in your community. And, like, all of these people actually do this. They archive all their subs, all their mods. They archive every single person that enters that Discord. So if the people ever want to leave, they have content to make off of their lives. Content to make off of their traumas. And he usually looks for women with mental health issues that have gone through something very traumatic, or that have been attacked by other YouTube creators on the platform, and then he swoops in and says, I'm going to save you for this. I'm supposed to be saved from he was going to save me from Loki and the Antios, right? You know, I had to go there to get protected from all them, right? That's what I was doing there. You know? Hello, Joe. Missed you on FE Vids. So, yeah. Literally, like, that's what you do. You've all literally been sitting out here for 2.5 years, all like, if you won't be with Real Stream News, we're gonna fucking kill the bitch. Or, like, if I won't send you a nude, then you're gonna come for me, whatever, you know, whatever. So I think it's hilarious that now he's trying to make a big thing out of it. Like, oh my God, Queen's threatening to unalive herself. What the fuck? First of all, I don't ever actually remember saying I was going to. I'm pretty sure I've always had the stance out here that none of you motherfuckers have ever been or will ever be important enough for me to ever harm myself for any of you. Ever. Like, y'all got some ego. And I literally have sat here for the last 24 hours being like, yeah, no, that's what they want to do. That's literally what they want to do. Then they get real mad when that's not the outcome they're going to get. making fun of how that's what they want to do, but also discussing it, right? And being like, this is not ever okay to do someone. It's kind of like how RSN and Mrs. Fucking Wonderful were like posting up everywhere that they were going to actually push negs to suicide. Like they're celebrating, right? So it's funny to me that he actually thinks him and Mrs. Fucking Wonderful are going to be posting out here that they want to push negs to suicide. They're all out here literally saying that they want me to commit suicide. Suit and them, on behalf of him, by the way, have all stated that they hope that I would literally do this on a live stream. They would have a party afterwards. Every time I log off the internet for a little bit, I'm apparently... NASA, they're going to pay us. They're going to pay us. Hi, Jenny. Thank you for being here. My numbskull husband. It's on my anyway. Joe. The flat earthers are going to miss you, Joe. We got to do more flat earth videos and get away from all this shit, let me tell you. So, but that's the thing. If I start doing that right now, then all of a sudden I'm going to have 50 more threats, right? Because like we were talking about in my comment section there earlier, how I had been concentrating on passive for several months and hadn't talked about this at all. Then I literally left the internet for a month, didn't talk about this at all, come back to all these. Westmost actually told his community that he had struck my channel, so I got kicked off of YouTube for 3 weeks, but also that I was faking my death. So, like, he literally told his subscribers these two stories happened at the same time. So this is what they do. They literally give their subs, like, contradictory information, and then they expect people to believe both. And these idiots actually do. These TCAP anti-O idiots actually will believe two things that contradict are happening at the same time. Right? So he's all like, yeah, I got her fucking kicked off. I gave her one copyright strike and they kicked her off for 3 weeks because I'm so connected to Chris Hansen and I'm such an important streamer on this platform, me, Westmost, that when I give someone a copyright strike, they don't just get taken off their channel for 1 week. No. They get 2 extra weeks because I am that important. And I'm like, no, bud, like that's not even a thing. Everyone knows that when you get a copyright strike, if they're going to kick you off, it's 1 week for your first one. What are you talking about? Like, everyone knows. This is known information on here. But he knows that all of his subscribers are dumb, or at least he thinks so, and they're not doing very much of a good job of showing any of us any difference. So I guess we can sum it up to that, yes. And they all get off on attacking women over trauma, dredging up their fake stuff, all that kind of stuff, you know? Thanks, Numbskull. So basically, it's like, I don't understand. I don't understand how people can sit here and watch these people treat someone like this. Be okay with it. Help support it. Help try to push someone to harm themselves on here. Which, again, very big crime where I live. I'm in Canada. Where a bunch of people in the U.S. already made Amanda Todd unalive herself here because of bullying. Very similar to this, too. She was also being fake Revenpeed and having threats and stuff with her, right? So because that case happened, we actually got a bunch of new laws here to make it so that if you're online, even internationally, and you're wishing death on me here in Canada, I can get you charged. Criminal offense. Thanks to that case. They did that so that no other woman would ever have to go through that. What all these people put people through on here, basically. So you guys have been committing this crime for 2.5 years straight. Honestly, openly, publicly, you've had no problem sitting out here spreading it all around. And now you want to use it again to be all like Queen's Unhinged. When this, I never said I was going to unalive myself. I actually told you, you weren't going to get me to. But it's hilarious how that's what you want to do. And how that's how you all like sit here and talk about how it is what you're doing. Is it buffering, Joe? Anyway, I want to talk about, like, I guess since all these people keep wanting to pile on me and do all this stuff where they bring up my drama, you know, hello, brain, and all that kind of stuff, and they just want to constantly talk about all of the things that trigger me out here, I thought that it would be fun. Yeah, but see, Francis, this is what I'm scared of, okay? So these people out here, like, that's what they do, okay? Like, there is literally, like, Kaylee Bells and all these little hosts here that are hanging out with Suit, that are hanging out with ours and all. They want me to charge all of them, okay? Like, they want Suit charged. They want CJ charged. They want Wes charged. They would love for me to charge all these people, okay? And yeah, they've been cruel to me. And, you know, since they've been cruel to me, you would think that I would be just down with doing that, because that's how things work on here, is people do something cruel, and then someone does something cruel back. I haven't done anything to anyone out here. I've just used words. Literally, they've like called cops on me, had CAS and cops at my house like 30 fucking times now. Except they stopped coming. If you're wondering, after the 12th time, they won't come anymore. So, you know, if you ever needed to know how many times to call on someone so that the cops here know that literally, like, you're just doing a bunch of false calls, apparently it's 12. You know, hey, Chantel, you know, write that down, girl. Yeah, see, and they're going to claim stupid crap. And then here's the thing, is that if I actually do take them to court, like, they're all, like, really psycho obsessed with me. Right? Like, all of these people. There's, like, a whole little group of, like, TCAP anti-Os that are just, like, psycho obsessed with me and have been for, like, over 2 years on here, okay? And so it's like they want me to do that. I don't really want to give in to them because I know that that's what they want me to do, and I don't play these games. Like, but it's also like, if I did go through with it, they would prolong the shit for as long as they could, just so that they would like have to see me a bunch of times. Like, I know how the whole going to court with narcs works. Been there, I done that. So I'm just like, you know, worried about that because I really don't want to see these people. Yeah, I don't want to see them, and I know that they would pull some fucked up shit like that and like then make it so that I would have to see them a bunch of times or something. It's kind of like how I keep asking them to go away and leave me alone, but they won't. But then they're like, Queen's the one stalking out here, but we're gonna all dogpile on her and we're not gonna leave her alone. It's like that makes no sense, you know? Excuse me. So since all of these people want to drudge up all my stuff, right? I feel like we need a history lesson because everyone gets Ars amnesia out here, right? So I think that maybe we should all hell see and watch, you know, we can take turns every day. You know, I should be streaming at least 12 hours a day to try to catch up to all these people on the amount of content they've covered on me. I mean, I have to catch up with 48 hours on Sue. I have to do about 36 hours on CJ because that's how much hours they've put into covering me on their channel since I left. And Wes is getting up there too for several hours now. So, you know, I still have to tally his up. I think he just did a new one. I don't know. We're refusing to respond to him because he's another creep that's like been obsessed with me since fucking 2019 in a really creepy way. So we're just going to ignore Wes because he's doing this for a response. He's doing this because apparently him and Clobbering Time like really, really want to talk to me in private. And they really want me to come and have a talk with them. I haven't wanted to talk to them since 2020. So this is all that. Old Shovelface grew up to become a blobfish. I'm so proud of him. Well, he's growing into quite the fucking blowfish, blobfish. Because you said blowfish, but I know you mean blobfish, right? But he's also a blowfish because everything that comes out of that mouth is a fucking lie. Just hot air. And it's laced with heroin. So, since everyone needs a reminder of who this person is because he got people to harass Amber Clements basically to the point where she's lost her mind. If you're ever wondering what happened to that girl, it was CJ. Have you ever seen pictures of her and how put together she was? And then, seen what happened with her and him? And then literally, gone and seen... All of her shit was after him. This harassment from this that everyone did on her drove her insane. Can you blame her? You guys literally did what you're doing to me, although you did it more behind the scenes, right? And there was probably way more people, right? Right? Yeah, just admit it. Be like, yeah, of course we harassed the fuck out of her queen. We even wanted you to harass her. And you were like, I'll send her one message. Because I wasn't around. I don't know what's going on. The message I sent her was just, if you are lying, can you please? He's a blowfish because he sucked the TCAP community's penis. Well, he's always tried to get in with the anti-Os. And TCAP apparently got in with the anti-Os. And all these people are trying to suck Hanson's peen. Which is a really weird thing because it's like Hanson tried to put him on the show. And now Hanson is okay with him and wants to stick up for I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. It's a little sus. A little sus. That's all I'm saying. A little sus. And you'll notice that everyone that has ever spoken out to about Hanson is getting attacked and has been since they spoke out about Hanson. It may not look like some of them are being attacked, but it's all coming from the same place, and it's this hellhole on the internet. And it's been going on for a long time. And apparently nobody's waking up and realizing what's going on, even though I'm giving a full-ass live show, and so is everyone else, that you can just come check out these people's content on me. Check out my responses if you want. I'm showing you what they do, okay? Live. We all get a free show. When this shit started, I was like, well, hey, at least they're doing it all publicly this time. Maybe now all the people that have been wondering about this will actually see it happen to someone publicly, and they'll be like, yeah, no, none of this is okay. Instead, a bunch of you were just like, I want to join in with this. I think it's really fun when we all team up with a girl that just went through a bunch of trauma with a trauma disorder and then help some guy that she flirted with for 3 weeks, stalk her for 2.5 years. I think that would be super duper fun. Let's all do that. Right? So, whatever. I guess to each their own. And we already found out that most of the people on the internet here are a piece of shit that just get off on demonizing and attacking anyone just so they can have a little bit of entertainment for the afternoon, right? Who cares what happens to them, right? I mean, you guys attach people to chomos, put pictures of them with chomos all over the internet. You don't care that that could affect them. Once again, we got Tragic out here crying about how the fucking geek room made him look like a chomo. Well, he's over there helping RSN and people and Negs make me look like one. So, just a lot of weirdness going on right now. And I think that we need just a refresh. We need a refresh, A real refresh. So, since this was everybody's favorite video that I had sent to me in my DMs and all over my Twitter for all of December 2019 and January 2020, let's watch Rag Reynolds. Let's watch some of his videos because, it's your favorite one. You literally harassed me with this video for 2 months straight in my DMs and all over my Twitter and screamed at me and told me to watch it. And now that I agree with what's in it, you all decided to flip the script and then say that none of it's true. It's a fun game that you all play, right? hand him over a new trauma girl on a platter, and then he'll ease up on you, right? Yeah, that's how you play. I don't play like that. Which is why all of you should honestly just leave Dina alone. I'm just saying. Leave her community. Ani, Rena, fake ass friends that are just trying to pull her into drama, fuck with her trauma, and fuck with her court case. Because they definitely fucked with Harvard's court case. It was very strange. She fucked with her own court case too, but they also fucked with it. So, without further ado, let's get right into the video that, well, basically started my harassment. Because like I said, I was like, who is this dude that you guys are now trying to put on Hanson? Never heard of him. And they were like, here's a video, Queen, you have to watch this video. Rape, sexual assault, and that's what you should do, is you should totally bombard someone like me with my trauma and my disorder with just constant stuff about sexual assault for weeks upon weeks without end. Hell, let's make it 2.5 years, right? Right. That's what you should do. That's always a good idea and ends well for everyone. And that's how all this started on here, ladies and gentlemen. Because these people could never understand boundaries, could never understand trauma, and could never understand why I didn't want to sit around talking about chomos and fucking rape and sexual assault and consent and this and that all fucking day long, every single fucking day until the end of time. So, let's watch the video that everyone thought that they would harass me with. Well, they were also harassing me over shit I knew nothing about, because I literally just got there. I was like, who is this guy? He was like, a woman that doesn't know me. We must go and get her. And then I ended up there. Or actually, Phoenix was like, hey, here's a woman that doesn't know you. Let's go get her. And then he was like, a woman that doesn't know me? Let's go. Yeah, it was that kind of thing, actually. Phoenix gets very mad when I don't give her credit for the fact that she hooked that up. You know, you always got to give her credit for the things she does out here, guys. Don't mess that up. I think even Rags found out what happens when you mess that up. So, you know, you don't want to do that, especially if she's a mod. She will delete your whole Discord. She'll take it right over. Fuck with all your shit. So, again, without further ado, let's just get right into watching this beauty of a stream video, whatever the fuck it is. Jesus Christ. I feel like I should be talking while this is loading for a second. I don't like silence. Silence is not good for my mind. If you have what I have, silence is just not good, you know? Should always be something playing. Always be someone talking. Always be something going on. I do not like silence. I don't like sleep either. These people are definitely right, though, when they say I am lying about having a trauma disorder. Like, you can totally tell I'm lying about PTSD. Like, for sure, guys, for sure. I don't have huge ass reactions to triggers at all. Not at all. Like, of course I'm lying. Like you all keep saying. I don't even know. How are you all such geniuses with this? I mean, it's not completely noticeable or anything. No, not at all. Of course, I don't actually have it, right? I must be lying. I must be lying.
My name is Rag Reynolds and welcome back to Medium Rare. This video is a video that has been a long time coming. It is a video
Are we getting to the part where he talks about how he's
video that will hopefully be the final chapter in this saga with Realstream News.
I'm just wondering.
If you are not aware of who Realstream News is already, then this video is perfect for you. Because I'm going to go through his entire YouTube history. I'm going to start at the beginning 2 years ago, and I'm going to work all the way up till now, cover every single scandal.
Like 4 years ago?
And if you do know all these things, then this video is also for you, because you're going to get extra information, extra insight. I've spent a lot of time and a lot of effort on this video, and although I may be biased, I completely admit that. I am 100% biased against Real Stream News, against CJ.
That's literally when I shut it off the first time. When I first had this video sent to me back then, I sat down, I turned it on, I got to that part, and he was like, oh yeah, I'm totally biased. I had no clue about anything, no clue this guy was. I was like, well, there goes that. Like, I can't listen to anything this guy says. So just in future, if you're going to do a video like that about someone that you want to warn everyone on, I appreciate the transparency and the honesty. But it kind of went against you for, you know, that. Just saying. Not everyone is going to be okay with that.
But in this video, I have tried my best to show both sides of the argument. The people I have asked questions to in some of these interviews that you're going to see from me, I've asked some of them some tough questions. I've asked them things from his perspective. I've tried to get a full picture here of why he's doing what he's doing, why certain things have happened, and whether or not he belongs on this platform, whether or not he is or is not a danger to others. So in this video, I'm keeping my opinions out of it for the majority of this video. I will be showing you interviews, I will be showing you clips, I will be showing you evidence about all sorts of different things, and other people will be giving you their opinions. The people I'm interviewing will be stating what they think. But for the most part, I'm not going to sit here and address the camera and tell you this is why he's a horrible person. I'm just going to be telling you this happened, here's some context around it, and now here's some people speaking about it and their experiences with that situation. I want this video to be an open letter of sorts to both Real Stream News and to the YouTube community in general. And I hope that if a consensus is found that he is a danger to others, or if he is a nuisance on this platform, that something can be done about that. And if not, then let it be. And hopefully this will be my final video on the subject, and that is where it will be laid to rest. It is down to you guys. I will give you all the information you need. I will give you everything in this video. What you do with this video, what you do after this video is out there, that is entirely up to the people watching it, and I will leave that with you all. I have been very involved in this entire process over the last couple of years, and I will not be bringing up any personal beef between myself and RSN. I've made many videos in the past where we've had some petty drama between us, or I've made jokes and run around in costumes dressed up like him and made fun of him. I'm not going to be doing any of that in this video. This is a serious video that is going to be addressing very serious accusations, very serious scandals. And I hope that everyone watching this will at least take the time to listen to what I have to say and what the people I'm interviewing have to say. Because I think it's a story that needs to be told. It's a story that I think needs to get out there more. Bigger YouTubers refuse to cover this because he's too small. It doesn't matter if they think he's a horrible person or not. Bigger YouTubers won't touch it, because he's a small channel and it's not going to do them any good. But maybe this video and your response to this video can help change that. And I want to preface this again. Last thing I want to say before we get into this is, do not use this video as an excuse to harass anyone, to bully anyone, or anything of the sort. I do not condone anyone going from here to going harass RSN and telling him, oh, you're such a scumbag. I mean, I know people do that already, but do not do it on my behalf. I do not condone anyone doing anything like that on my behalf, and I feel like that's important for me to state here, because I don't want this video to come across as me just trying to harass a guy or trying to destroy a man's life or anything like that. This is me genuinely being concerned about the actions of an individual on this platform, and those he has affected and perhaps could affect in the future. And it is me wanting to get the full picture out there as unbiased as I possibly can, being a biased party. And I want people to then do with that as they will. So without further ado, I present to you the complete, unabridged, real stream news story.
RSN is a liar, a cheater, and a rapist.
Real Stream News is a horrible person.
My experience with CJ has been positive.
He's capable of being a good person.
I'm trying to do good.
Something traumatic has just happened to you.
I said no twice.
The fact that she never gave consent.
No means no, you creep.
Someone did tell me that they weren't going to call the police on him.
They said that I was gonna kill my grandmother.
And like he sent the pictures of my tits.
It wasn't like how some people try to make it out to be.
At a minimum, it's highly inappropriate.
If anybody acts like I'm in the wrong, I'm gonna release.
Sorry, I just wanted to come on here for a second. Just a second. Just to remind all of you haters on here that this is the man that you all look up to, right? And stick up for. This dude that we're watching this video about. Just letting you know. I can't talk bad about Rags. I haven't really talked bad about him. Because he's always been nothing but nice to me. Like Rag Reynolds and Mass Babe have never come and attacked me. Ever once. They were always polite with me. Like, well, Mass Babe is like, you know, she's sassy like me, so she'll throw a little bit of fucking shade at you or whatever. But again, I'm the same way, so like, you know, take it if you're gonna give it, right? So, like, that never bothered me. She was just kind of her Mass Babe self, but she was still never like cruel to me or anything. And like, same with Ray Reynolds, like, he was never cruel to me. And the one thing I can say about him is he is one of the only other people on this platform that knows that Phoenix and Jesse are fucking crazy. So there's that. I like that aspect.
Every single DM there is.
He will pick on vulnerable women.
Thank you for disliking these streams over and over and over again.
Real Stream News started out as a guy behind a mask. He was a guy who uploaded streams to his YouTube channel, but these weren't his streams, they were streams from other YouTubers who would go on the likes of YouNow, and they would talk on YouNow, and then later on, Real Stream News, he would take down their stream from YouNow, he would copy it, and he would upload it to his YouTube channel in case anyone had missed anything. He would edit it down and post the juicy clips. Now this was very similar to another channel quite popular in the same sort of community called The Blarg. The Blarg had pretty much no competition back at the time until Real Stream News popped up. There was a little rivalry that kind of sparked between the two of them when RSN appeared, with RSN being very adamant that he was better than the Blarg. He was nothing like the Blarg. He was faster than the Blarg. He was more reliable than the Blarg. The Blarg didn't take too kindly to RSN and even accused him of stealing some of their content, as did some other people. It was seemingly found that Real Stream News had been going onto other people's YouTube channels, downloading the streams and the clips that they had edited and uploaded, and then he was posting them on his channel as his own. A lot of people didn't have any issue with this, as they were never streams that belonged to Real Stream News, the Blarg, or any of these people uploading them in the first place. They were just recording them and then uploading edited clips of them. But a lot of people still had a big issue with it and called him a content thief because he was essentially going and taking someone else's hard work. It's not always straightforward and super easy to record a stream or always be reliable to catch a stream on YouNow and then edit it and upload it. It does take time, it does take effort. So some people were understandably annoyed. Eventually RSN's channel started to change a little and he started uploading his own streaming content. He started streaming when he was at home, he started streaming in the streets. He done a lot of what is known as
Shit. Now we're watching a video about him and I'm being like him because I ain't talking. If I just breathe in here, then it sounds like a vape, right? Okay, cool. Just making sure we gotta, you know, keep it how he would do, I guess, since I want to wear the skin or something.
as IRL streaming. And a lot of people tuned in, and those people were mainly people who were interested in the other streams that he was re-uploading. He had already built himself a few thousand people who watched those streams that he kept re-uploading, so when it came to posting his own streams out there, he already had a little bit of a base audience. And from there, Realstream News eventually transitioned away entirely from uploading other people's streams, and he is now what he is today. And what he does now is he does more sort of commentary and reaction style live streams and videos. In mid-March of 2018 is when Realstream News had his first little scandal. Yes, he had previously been accused of stealing a stream here or there, but overall, no one had really batted much of an eye at him. But this is when Realstream News started to talk about Sam. Now, if you don't know who Sam is, Sam was an ex-friend of Onision's. Now, there had been a lot of drama surrounding Sam and Onision and all of that stuff around that time. And when Realstream News started to talk about Sam, he seemingly started to make up some rumours about her. Realstream News was starting to tell people and assume that Sam was back at Onision's house, even though she wasn't there anymore. And when confronted on this by Sam, Realstream News tried to defend himself by saying that she had never said that she wasn't back at Onision's house. It also came out in a series of leaked direct messages between Realstream News and Sam that Realstream News had been acting very unprofessional and pushy towards her. He wanted Sam to supply her with some clips from one of her Twitch streams where she had been speaking about some Onision drama. When Sam did not provide the stream or those clips right away, Realstream News got very pushy and annoyed with her. Sam tried to defend herself by saying it's not her job to supply him with streams. She doesn't have to give him anything, especially not edited. That takes time and effort. And Realstream News' response to all of this was that Sam just didn't understand what he was saying and that she was being stupid because he could make her a star. He could help out her Twitch and get her more viewers. And unfortunately, this unprofessional and strange and pushy behaviour that we could see exhibit.
Yeah, now he doesn't do that at all. Now he doesn't do that part. But what he will talk about how he's a big streamer on here, so you gotta listen to him. I'm the big streamer. You're new on here. You don't know how it works. You're just stupid. It's completely fine. We all like to stream people's suicides on here. Everybody does it. You're just stupid. You're fucking stupid. And you're a new creator and you just don't know how to be a fucking creator. As if you're making me delete the fucking video of this bitch wanting to die. Like, she could, who cares if she dies? Like, you're fucking stupid. Stupid bitch. You know, like that.
In these Sam DMs turned out to not be the only examples that we saw of Realstream News acting this way towards other women. Screenshots of direct messages with several other women started to materialise and float around. Even some of his old tweets that began to surface started to paint a picture of the kind of guy Realstream News was and how creepy and desperate he was seemingly acting towards women online. As all of these scandals were coming to light, I decided to insert myself and essentially lead the charge against Realstream News. I made a couple of videos about him, and that is when the blarg put me in touch with someone very key to the future of the Realstream News saga. The person I was put in touch with was a woman named CJ, who had claimed to be an ex-associate of Realstream News. She had a lot to say and she made many claims about him. She claimed that they had been like close friends for a time, and that he had confided in her with a lot of information. She made claims such as RSN was a drug addict, that he was a deadbeat dad, and that he had been so pushy with her that he had tried to get her to leave her husband and fly out to him to be Mrs. RSN. She even claimed that CJ only
Jesus Christ, that sounds familiar. Holy shit.
started going by CJ because her name was CJ and he was trying to be more relatable to her. Eventually I ended up conducting an interview with this woman and now I'm going to play you some of the key points of that interview. Okay, and so when was it that he contacted you for the first time, and why did he contact you, or were you the one who contacted him first? How did that work out?
He was on live stream. He was wearing a hospital mask. It was like a Dollar Tree hospital mask, and he like cut a hole in it because he didn't want anybody to know his identity, and he was vaping through it. Like, I commented on there, I was like, look, like, that's ghetto. Like, you know, like, they have masks because like people in Japan, like, air pollution and stuff. I said maybe you should, you know, think about upgrading into that because, you know, it'll look less ghetto. And he was like, da-da-da, do you sell them? And I'm like, no, I don't sell them, but if you buy one, my husband and I own a business to where we can personalize it for you. We moved from emailing my business email, his business email, or whatever you want to call it, and then he told me to add him on the Facebook Messenger, which I didn't mind. I was like, yeah, like, maybe he needs to see that I'm legit, you know, like, needs to see some of my stuff that I've done, like, that's fine. And then around my birthday, which is the beginning of March, I was on there, and like, he had made comments before, like, right when I first added him, is like when the creepy comments started. He was like, oh my gosh, like, you're gorgeous, da-da-da-da, like, if you weren't married, like, I'd totally be hitting on you. And I was like, please don't, like, I think I said my husband and I's stuff.
I feel like I'm listening to my own story. This is fucking creepy. I've never actually watched this entire fucking thing. I've skimmed through it. But Jesus Christ, this is creepy.
It's linked or something, but you know, when you're married, like, I have my Facebook logged in on a gaming computer, like, it's completely open, you know, like, that's how a marriage works. And like, I told him, like, look, I don't want you to like ruin this business opportunity. And that was like way before he had even gotten the masks. Around my birthday, he was like, you're on Facebook a lot. And I'm like, yeah, like, I do business over Facebook, like, that's what I do, like, that's how people contact me. And then he was like, well, I just think that there's something wrong. And I'm like, excuse me? Like, what do you mean? And he was like, well, I just don't think that you're happy in your marriage. I said, like, wow. Excuse me? And he was,
why is this girl telling my story? This is fucking weird. I don't like it.
like, yeah, like, there's something wrong with you being on Facebook this much. After the whole thing was done with that, like, I didn't see, like, I knew, like, that it was creepy that he was coming to me, like, about my relationship and all that, but, like, I didn't, like, see, like, no harm in it, like, if he wasn't, like, approaching me or anything like that. And then he was like, something, like, this is becoming too much for me, like, I'm a one-man scene, you should be Miss RS. And I can't say that he said it, because I may have told him to get a Miss RS, and, you know what I mean, because it'd be like Mass Babe and Mass Man, you know what I mean, like, it's just cute, like, people would die for relationships, especially kids. And then he was like, how about you fly out here? And I'm like, huh? And he's like, yeah, like, how about you fly out here? And I'm like, what? Then he's like, yeah, like, you can fly out here and you'll be behind a mask, like, nobody will know, da-da-da-da. And I feel like it was like a manipulation tactic. He was covering his face on YouTube because he is about to, I want to say, stand trial, or he is going through the courts for a possession with intent to distribute heroin.
Could you tell a little story about he had changed his name on Facebook because his name was it was CS and then it became CJ around the time he started talking to you?
Yeah, he had to change it from CS, and then he changed them to CJ because he didn't want anybody to dig up, you know, anything that they could Google about him. And he was like, like, what do I, like, name myself or whatever? And I'm like, well, I don't know. And then, you know, my initials, like, and he just took CJ.
Evidence to back up many of these claims made by CJ against RSN eventually came to be. I am not going to be talking about the situation regarding Realstream News and his child, because frankly, that's none of any of our businesses, and I would rather stay entirely clear of that. But the rest of the information and evidence that came out, I thought was very important to share, and I still think to this day that it's very important to share, because I think it helps paint a picture of the type of guy he was, and perhaps still is, and why he thinks and acts in certain ways. Some posts from an old Reddit account belonging to RSN began to surface, and these posts confirmed that Realstream News was into doing many different drugs, including heroin. Some other posts also confirmed that he even once robbed a drug dealer, and that for a long stretch of time he would repeatedly cheat on his ex-girlfriend. But those old Reddit posts weren't exactly necessary for people to see that something wasn't exactly quite right with RSN, especially after he had been unmasked. Not only was he super aggressive with clear anger issues,
why do you even want to leak it, you idiot? Why?
there were also times where he'd just doze off on streams.
So yeah, that should be really fun. Man, I gotta
And as per CJ's claims, he was up at all hours and would always be up very early in the morning so that he could go and get his methadone from the clinic. As time went on, RSN started to fancy himself as a reputable news source, so I decided to try and test that out. I offered up a false sexual harassment story against myself using fake accounts and also the help of a couple of friends. Some of these stories were so ridiculous and insane that no one in their right mind would ever even consider them to be legit. One of these stories alleged that I was one day at a meat-eating convention and I slapped a girl on the ass and called her my habibi. The ages and dates in these stories were all entirely wrong as well. Yet RSN ate up every single detail of every story. Immediately, he made a new video and some Twitter posts and emailed me trying to blackmail me into not talking about him anymore.
But they wanted my help to get this story out, so, I'm using my platform to do that.
He didn't check out any of the accounts who were sending him stories, and he didn't even think about the information for even a second. He didn't even take the time to confirm how old I was and compare that to the ages given in those stories. Fast forward a little bit and we get to the first big scandal of his YouTube career, and perhaps what was the worst scandal of them all. Now, this is a scandal that to this day has been very controversial, and even some of the staunchest anti-RSN people still are split on this story. Some believe it and some don't. So what happened? Well, this is the Amber situation.
So we're just on stream to pretty much just clarify what's going on. All right. So yeah.
I want to do.
So Amber came down the first night. All right, and yeah, like I guess there was some drinking. All right, and then afterwards, we cut the stream after like 4 hours or whatever, and I was just like, hey, like, I didn't know we were gonna have separate beds, whatever, and then like I guess, like I don't know, whatever. I said whatever, and then yeah, she said to come over to her bed, so. And then, like, she could do it to cuddle or whatever, and so we decided to cuddle, and yeah, she said, I guess she didn't want to hook up, like, I guess at first or whatever, and then, whatever, we ended up hooking up, and I guess, she's upset about it. And,
I said no.
And then during it,
and I said no twice, and then I was, like, laying there, and I was like, whatever, just do whatever you want to.
Like, I didn't think I was being aggressive with Amber. I didn't think I was being aggressive. I was just, like, cuddling with her, like, you know, people do when they cuddle. And then we had sex, and while we were having sex, I asked where she wanted me to.
No, I don't remember that.
Okay, she said she doesn't. She said she doesn't remember this, but I asked her where she wanted me to come, and she said inside her. And then, you know, so that I thought this was like, I didn't think this was an issue, and that's it. Like, I know there's a lot of speculation on what happened or whatever. And then, like, I got upset that she talked to, like, the blog and Rag
and Mass, which...
And Mass Babe and shit, and...
They're nice.
But, like, obviously, they're, like... I don't know. It was, like, a miscommunication. I thought Amber came out here to, like want to hang out and, like that. I thought she liked me, you know what I mean? Like, I thought she liked me like that. He
messaged me multiple times before I took a plane out here that he really was attracted to me, and I didn't reply to them because I didn't want to... tell him I didn't like him and not be able to come out here and work with him. And it's being published because he's making us publish it.
Well, I'm not...
You said we were...
Well, I'm not making you publish it.
No, well, you want to put it...
Like, I'm just saying, like, I have to say it to the people eventually, you know what I mean? And you said, let's do it together, right? I mean, right?
Yeah.
So, it's not... Like, I'm not... Please don't make him... So, you know... Yeah, I know. It's just...
And now he's leaving.
I'm not leaving. It's just you don't want me to be here, right? So, you know. It just it wasn't like I didn't think you were like completely. You weren't completely like.
I told you I wasn't into guys.
You said that you said to me that you were more into girls. That's what you said. Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, okay. Man, this is turning into a rape thing real fast.
In April of 2018, Realstream News flew a girl named Amber Clements out to stay with him for a few days. They stayed in a hotel room together and they had separate beds. Amber was a girl that he had met online through some Onision drama. Over the days that Amber was visiting with RSN continued to do his usual live streams. He was streaming non-stop pretty much every day. Meanwhile, Amber was off in the background somewhere of all of these streams. At this time, RSN was almost 30 and Amber was 20 years old. On one of the live streams while she was there, Amber was shown drinking some shots of alcohol. How much she actually drank that day and how drunk she was is still very much a subject of debate. Now, a couple of days later, RSN and Amber got on a YouTube live stream together to talk about the night that Amber had been drinking and what had happened.
Man, this is turning into a rape thing real fast. It is, isn't it? Yeah.
I don't know. Is it?
Oh. Are you saying that or no?
No, but everyone else thinks so. My mom thinks so.
I didn't say nothing to nobody.
You think it was rape?
I'm not saying a word out loud.
Oh no, they can't hear you anyway.
I know what people are going to think, but...
Yeah, everyone said...
She said she was, like, into girls, and what you said to me was you were into girls...
I never said I liked you.
Like that, right?
Yes.
Are you saying that?
I never liked you.
Alright, afterwards you said that you could threaten that, right? And didn't we have this conversation? You said that didn't happen like that, right? That I didn't rape you, right?
No, but it feels like...
But you did say that to me, right? Be honest, please. Please be honest. This is my fucking life here. Please, this is my life. Please be honest. I was rubbing your thigh, and you said after you said.
And I said no.
You said no twice, and then
yes,
and then you said yes, right?
And
then you said yes, right? I didn't force myself, right? You said yes, right?
I said whatever. I've been raped twice.
I told you
that before you got
No, you said afterwards. You said that afterwards. I didn't know that. I didn't know.
Yes.
I didn't know. I didn't know that happened to you.
Yes, I told you.
I would never do that to you. I didn't know that.
I think you need to come home now.
I can't come home now. I'll get
you a ticket. It's fine. Okay, I'll make sure it's paid for. All right. make
I
sure
feel like
it's
an
paid for.
asshole. I
just want to remind everyone that he claims now that the mom had Munchausen by proxy and forced Amber to say that it was rape. And that's how he apparently cleared his name. You can hear the mom on the phone. She's not pushing it, but she is being a mother, telling her kid to get the hell home, thinking that she should get away from this dude, and she doesn't want to talk on the camera. So I don't know. I guess you gotta make your own decisions, because I'm not allowed to have an opinion on here, otherwise I get attacked, okay? I don't know why my opinion on this matters so much to him and everyone else on the fucking internet, but apparently I am the one who decides whether or not he is what he is. And I already decided. And I already had to change my mind once. Okay? If I change my mind about something like this, that's it. So, you're not going to change my mind back. Sorry. That's just not how that works. A little weird you want to.
Just wanted to come on stream to make sure this was straightened out on both ends so you guys know what's going on, okay?
I didn't really want to, but yeah.
Alright. Thanks, guys.
Now, obviously, that clip it's horrible and it's very upsetting. After this live stream, RSN left the hotel and he was picked up in a car by his grandmother. People said he was running from the cops, and it was very strange because although he had left and this had all gone down, he was live streaming in the back of his grandmother's car.
Please don't say it on camera. Don't say anything like that. Okay? No, I'm not worrying about being exposed. I'm worried about fucking going to jail, you fucking idiot. That's what I'm worried about. You know? What she said to me was like, oh, it could be worse. So I recorded that immediately when she said that, because I have a recorder, because I record this shit. You know, I record it, stuff like that. So I recorded it. And then I was like, you're not going to tell anybody that I raped you, right? And she's...
So according to his community, this Amber girl pulled an Amber Heard on him. If you go to all of these people's Twitter accounts, though, you're going to notice something. You're going to notice that people aren't in arms and mad at Amber Clemens for apparently lying about this. They aren't calling her Amber Heard. They aren't attacking her. She's not the one that has Wes and Sue and Mrs. Parker and other people streaming about how she was awful for this. I think, like, CJ did a bunch of streams, and, like, Steve to Leave Me the Fuck Alone did a stream, and that was it. They don't care about her. No. That's the girl that actually has falsely accused him of stuff, but we don't talk about her. No. The focus of that community is always me. And they call me Amber Heard. And they meme him as Johnny Depp. And I'm over here like, yeah, I don't ever remember meeting this dude. So I don't know why you would compare. I mean, if you wanted to make her feel bad, you would thought that you would have called Amber Heard. You know, like, I'm just saying. It's a little sus. And a lot of people have pointed that out to me. I'm not even the one that thought of that. Like, somebody else came to me and they were like, why is everyone attacking you over what you think about this dude when it was that girl that apparently lied? Like, why is the focus always on you, though? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know why it matters what I think about this. I don't know why it matters what I said about this. Haven't wanted to be around the dude since fucking April of 2020. Okay, I don't know why it matters what I think, or if I cover it, or if I call the dude a rapist. I mean, Him and all his friends are allowed to call me a stalker. They're allowed to call me a chomo. They're allowed to call me his ex-girlfriend, which I also find an insult, by the way. And the likes. And I can't change my mind on this after, by the way, I was pressured to. That's the funny thing that everyone seems to forget, is when I first originally left that community, I was very adamant that he probably wasn't one, okay? Did the video. I have a part in Suit's 5-hour video. It was me, Suit, Mugnuts, and It's Not Rocket Surgery in that video, saying he's innocent. Right? Right. Yeah, unfortunately. So, when I left that community, Suit and them all harassed me to call him one. And I refused. And refused, and they called me names, and they covered my shit, and they weaponized my information, and I was like, nope, not doing it. And they kept pushing. But then Suit took down his video, and I was like, okay, well, that's a little weird. Why would you do that? Suit weird? Well, he's trying to control him every time that CJ doesn't do something he wants. He's going to take down video, you know? And then I put up a video of my own, where I used the clip that I had given Suit for the 5-hour video, and I added more to it. And I was all like, don't believe that this guy's a rapist. Suit came and copyright struck my video and was very angry with me that I didn't automatically, like, when he took the video down and bullied me to call him a rapist, didn't, like, automatically just be like, okay, CJ's a rapist. He was, like, so pissed. Okay? So then I was like, you know, this is weird. This is a weird thing that's going on here. This dude's taking down his video. They're like fighting. He takes down the video. He gets mad at me. He wants me to call the dude a rapist. You know, this is all weird. This is his friend. I'm going to go read on some stuff. And then I came to the conclusion that unfortunately, yeah, he is. So that's what happened. So if anyone wants to, you know, talk about how I changed my mind, thank Suit yourself. Thank Suit for bullying me to change my mind and getting me to go and reread our whole conversations and everything all over again, like a few months after I left there, so that I could come to a conclusion without having CJ in my ear the whole time. And now they're mad because now I have said that, and now they can't make me change my mind back. And I'm sorry, I just can't. Like, with what I know, I just can't. And what, like, just hindsight's 20/20. Might even be 20/100 at this point, okay? So I just can't. So the whole thing is, we're going to keep on coming at me. We're going to keep bullying me until I do now, I guess. But I'm not going to. So, what we gonna do? But like I said, I don't know why it matters, right? Because, like, if CJ doesn't want anything to do with me, why would it matter if I thought he was a rapist? I mean, he has no problem calling me a chomo, saying I send CP of my child to Harold, saying all this shit about me, trying to meme me with chomos everywhere and pass it all around. They're, like, threatening to get a hold of my kid's school in the fucking fall and shit. Like, it's gross. So they can all do that, but then I can't actually just change my mind about something because I went back with a clear head to look at all the evidence and, like, scan through some of this video, which is hard for me to watch because I hate looking at the dude's fucking face, okay? Just saying.
He's like, well, no, but like, it was like a regular encounter. Sometimes, like, some people say no, and I never forced myself on her. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to manipulate. I just want you guys to understand what happened. That's it.
It later came out that RSN had a criminal history and that he had a lot of unpaid fines. Amber had help from some friends online, along with the police, to stay in a hotel for a couple of nights, to get some food, and then to get herself home.
Obviously this is a sensitive subject, but
Is it true that this was not your first time where you were a victim of an alleged sex crime?
Yes, it's true. When I was 4, my father molested me, and he pled guilty and went to jail for a while. The second time, I lost my virginity at 15 to a local celebrity, which was consensual, but under the our state law, it wasn't, and my mom got involved in that. And then CJ, but that's it. I have issues with saying no. I have issues with a lot of things from my past, but yeah.
We're going to move to the actual CJ incident now.
Hello, Anti-Os and RSN lovers of the internet who do not understand trauma. Let me explain some things to you. First of all, when someone that has already experienced trauma in their childhood experiences trauma again and it re-triggers them, it could be hard for them to form memories. See, I would go as far as to wonder if even Amber had something similar to myself and had a trauma disorder. She mentioned that she had childhood XSA by her father and he was charged. Then you'll notice something very interesting because CJ always says that Amber falsely accused an ex of rape before their thing happened, or like of taking her virginity and it was rape and it was a celebrity and all that, whatever it was. But you'll hear what she describes here is that she was underage. The celebrity was very much of age. And so when her mom found out, he got charged with statutory rape. That's not a false rape allegation she's making. And that's not her mom having Munchausen by proxy and making her say something. This girl also mentioned she has a problem saying no. People that have childhood trauma, especially from family members and the likes, especially if it's someone like she had with her dad, it's hard to look up to. Someone you're supposed to like look up to, admire, that's supposed to take care of you. Learn how to be people pleasers. Because if you're abused as a child, you learn very quickly that it's just a really, really good idea if you just agree to everything. Because when you say no, when someone tries to sexually assault you, what happens? You get raped. When you say no, if someone goes to try to harm you physically, you get hit more. It's that kind of thing. So this woman has a problem saying no, but then she still managed to say it twice. And honestly, that's the part of this too that bothers me. If you're wondering, if it matters, since apparently it matters so fucking much. When I did hear this, I was like, that's strange. That's weird. You know? Yeah, no. I mean, everybody wanted a breakdown of why I think the way I do about this, okay? And I don't expect anything from the people out here that are friends. Alright, they're not gonna tell you. But I really do wish that people would listen when I talk about it. Because I am someone that has a trauma disorder. So when I watch this, I go, ugh. Ugh. And I mean, his favorite victim is someone that just experienced trauma or that has a trauma disorder that cannot handle it well, right? Makes it easy to be like, she's a crazy bitch. I don't think this girl lied. I don't think she lied to Ray Reynolds here. I don't think she lied in the video we watched. I don't think she's lying. But I do know that if you look at pictures of her when all this happened, and then you look at pictures of her now, she's a completely different person. And I do know that a bunch of people have harassed her mercilessly since this. I know because I was asked to be one. And I do know. I know, I was bad. I only sent one message. I'm an awful fucking attack dog. I was apparently supposed to do more or something and like make her come on and recant like these girls did, right? When they all returned. Mm-hmm. All of this is just very strange, okay? But I can't watch any of this and be like, yeah, that's a lie. She's lying. And especially, like I said, the story changed. Like when you listen to that call with her mom's not like trying to force her to do anything. So I'm having a very hard time with her recant. And it's awesome because her recant happened right around the time I was like looking into all this again. And I was like, oh my God. And then it freaked me out when that popped up. I was like, oh my, what? They actually did harass her to get her to come on here and recant? And then I went and watched a little bit, and the entire thing is all different, right? Oh no, Francis, that sounds awful. No one got hurt but lost part of the wall in my shop due to the forklift accident. Damn, that sucks. That sucks. Would he buy Queen and her husband being furries? Yes. We must be furries, just like irate Alex in his furry bear suit. But no, seriously, like I can't watch this and know what I know and know what was going on when I was in there and then be like, yeah, no, she was totally not forced to do that recant, guys. Yeah, no, she doesn't look like someone that has been completely harassed and stalked and fucking degraded all over the internet over this. She doesn't look like someone that would lose her mind. Has anyone never sat down and been like, how come apparently all the girls that leave that community stalk him? How come apparently all the girls that leave that community are apparently crazy? No one? You never like, I'll take a step back and you're like, that's kind of weird. It seems to be the same thing every single time. Okay, I'm just wondering. Because, there's 25,000 people that saw this medium rare video here. Where y'all been? Where'd y'all go when he was forcing her to recant? Like, I'm just wondering, I don't blame Ranks for that. Because he was like, oh, this is all I can deal with this shit. I'm doing these videos and I'm walking away. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to walk away. Because then CJ sent Phoenix and Jesse to go and harass him. And it was right around the same time that they began harassing me too. It was a hell of a lot of fun. And yeah, it was a great time on the internet. So, can't really blame him. No one wants to keep talking about this. Everyone wants to let this all die so that he can continue on to threaten women and stalk them so that all of you can have your lovely little content on here, right? Because it's great content to help Railstream News stalk and harass women with their traumas, isn't it? Apparently.
So, if anything's uncomfortable or whatever, then just let me know, but I'm just going to ask you what the questions are. So, what were your intentions when you flew out to stay with CJ? Like, was it to stream? Like, I think I heard before that the intention was you were going to go out there, you were going to do some streams with him, you were maybe going to start your own channel, that type of thing.
Wanted to be like a drama or a vlog channel. Like, I used to have a YouTube for like covers, like to sing, but I don't even really use YouTube. The main reason I wanted to go out to fly to CJ is because I wanted to change his views on Greg Onision, because he was such a big hater, and he knew why I was coming out there. Well, I thought he did. And so that was the main reason. And the second reason was just to get out of the state for a while.
So it was for a few reasons. So you wanted to get out of there because just for a little bit of a break, like a vacation type thing, and you also you were trying to convince CJ that maybe he was wrong about some stuff to do with Onision. His whole thing about you wanted to fly out to be a star, that's all not true, yeah?
I have other things that I want to pursue. I don't, what could I have got from that, like him anyway? Like, nothing, really.
Yeah, he was a tiny little channel, but for some reason he thinks that he's a big platform.
That was not my intention to go out there to like try to get famous off of like that person. No, I was going out there to try to change his views that he saw upon another person.
Okay, so just the last thing I want to mention here is his defense to this would be when you were there, you did a little stream with me, you were talking to the blog, that sort of thing. So what would you say to that?
I just wanted to meet more people and talk.
Now we're going to move on to the day that the incident actually took place. So on that day, you were 20 years old. I think he was 29.
I'm not sure about his age, but I was 20.
So he bought alcohol, and you were drinking a bit, and we saw you drink on stream. People were pointing out, why is he giving this girl who's underage? He's giving her alcohol, so that's a crime immediately. But there's been a lot of speculation and a lot of arguing about how much you actually drank and whether or not you were tipsy, if you were drunk or anything like that. So could you just clarify whatever you remember from how much you drank and the effect?
Yeah, I drank three, I can't talk. I drank 3 mini bottles, and
bottles of what?
With that, I was also, maybe 2 things of vodka and then something else. And then also on top of that, I was super sleepy after getting there. So, like, after the flight and everything, it was like, so both of those things together is just horrible.
Well, yeah, because even if you're not drunk, I think a lot of the time when you do drink, it can certainly make you feel tired. I mean, and there's some days it affects you more than others. Like, for me, I drink wine a lot. And sometimes I can drink 2 bottles of wine and I feel completely fine. Other times I drink half a glass and I'm falling asleep. So sometimes it can vary on how much you've eaten that day, if you were already tired. I mean, lots of different things can affect it. So there are people who have been arguing, oh, she did 1 shot, because you did a shot as well, didn't you?
Well, it was 3 mini bottles, so that's
okay, so just 3 mini bottles, okay.
Like, maybe that's like 2 shots in a bottle, correct? Or
I don't know exactly, but something like that. So people sometimes can react in all sort of ways to what they're drinking, and some people were trying to say, oh, she only drank this amount, she couldn't have been drunk, for example.
On top of the shots, I was also super tired, so I just wanted to go to bed that night, but he wanted to stream, and I was just tired.
Did you find it strange that the whole time you were there, he was just streaming the whole time? It was quite strange. It was as if you didn't have any privacy. It was the whole time he's awake, he's streaming, and you're kind of off to the side. You can hear you talking, but you can't see you half the time. You're in this little room stuck together, and he's streaming to the world the whole time. You have no privacy. What if you want to take a nap? What if you want to go to the bathroom? I mean, it's a bit strange.
I mean, I think I did go to the bathroom at one point when he was streaming, but other than that, I mostly had my privacy when he left every morning to go to his clinic, because he did drugs,
Next, for the same day, the whole drinking thing later on that day, do you believe that CJ purposely took advantage of you, or do you think he was completely oblivious and that he thought what he was doing was okay?
Both. Honestly, I wanted to go to bed, and I told him this, and he kept pushing to cuddle. He kept pushing it, and he kept asking it, and I finally was like, okay, whatever, just fucking cuddle. And then he started rubbing me, and I was he was like asking me questions, and I was like, I said no twice, as he stated, I've said no twice. And then I was like, whatever, just do whatever. I might have been buzzed, and I was asleep, like, so freaking tired, so I just laid there and just, yeah.
And so do you think that, like what we were just speaking about earlier, and you were saying that you sometimes have issues with saying no and stuff, and that was to do with your past, so do you think maybe that your issues with saying no is maybe also part of what made you eventually give in, so to speak, because of maybe trauma you've experienced in the past?
Yeah. Even to this day, I have issues saying no to, like, a lot of things, not just this situation, but just, like, I just hate saying no to people.
Yeah.
So, yeah, drama from my past, definitely.
Yeah. Okay, well, that does explain quite a lot of it, I would think. So after things went down, did he just kind of, like, shoot out of there? Like, obviously you got on stream together and you did that stream.
He made me go on stream that to clear things up. He wanted to go on and do that.
I want to ask about after that. So after that, he was, like... People were saying he was on the run from the cops. So, like, when that stream ended, what happened? Did he just, like, leave immediately? Or did you guys talk for a little bit and then he left? Or, like, what happened when that stream ended?
We were talking, and while we were talking, he was recording everything without me knowing. And I called my mom, and I was talking to her about it. And she told me I should call the cops. Once I left the motel room and got the cops came, and he was completely gone. He was streaming his runaway with his grandma. Yeah. Which is
I've always found that so amusing. He leaves, he jumps in the back of the car, and he's on the stream immediately having the conversation with his grandma. Like, what is going on in this guy's head? It's insanity.
It's another stupid thing
it's like a movie. Done. After everything went down, obviously, he released some certain tapes of youth. I mean, one of them was the tape with your mother, and you were saying it's not rape.
I'm gonna get you home. Don't worry about that.
No, I mean, if I called the cops, he would have been arrested for other stuff.
You'll have to go to the police department. Oh my God. You'd have to have a rape test.
Why?
For his DNA.
No, if I call the cops, there's nothing else to say.
What do you mean?
It would be considered rape, and it's not.
Wait a minute, what?
If I called the cops, I'd have to say he raped me.
Right.
It's not rape.
You have to remember.
He was there. I was scared. What could he have
right
done?
there. Yeah. You're not going to sit there and say, yes, this guy raped me when you're sitting in the same room as him. Yeah. Okay. So, but the other thing I wanted to ask you about was there was another tape that he released, and it was, I guess there wasn't too much context around it, but he released this tape, and it was you essentially saying that if he pissed you off, you would tell people that he had raped you.
Why would you think of telling people that?
Yeah, and if she's a people pleaser, and it's hard for her to say no to people, and it appears to me that with her assault in the past, she doesn't really know what consent in rape is. Like, she didn't understand what happened. So yeah, maybe other people had to explain it to her. Does that then mean that it's not coercion or rape? Or whatever you guys want to talk about and call it? Because apparently there's like some kind of argument to be had that coercion and rape are apparently two different things. But in a court of law, when it comes to sexual assault, they're not. At least not here. Just saying.
They raped you or something. Why would you think of that?
I didn't. You said it.
You said...
I didn't say anything about rape, bro.
Then what are you saying?
Nothing. Literally. I'm pissed off about what just happened. On fucking LOL cow.
That's not important. Who cares? Who cares?
Me. Not really, but...
So you wouldn't do that?
No.
You're not gonna tell people that?
No. Not unless you piss me off really fucking bad.
Why would you do that, though?
I don't know.
So,
I mean,
he brings this up all the time, so I just wanted to ask you what your side of events there is.
that was after he did that to me. So, I mean, it's true. If he pissed me off, I would tell people he raped me because he did, technically.
Yeah,
I mean,
he thinks that you saying that was you threatening to lie and say that
I
you
mean,
had
it
raped him.
wasn't a lie, though, because
Yeah,
he said, I said no twice. That should have been
Yeah.
enough evidence.
Yeah, my thing when I spoke to him, and I know a lot of people as well, we all thought that it was more. It wasn't that you were saying, "Oh, I'm going to lie and tell everyone that you raped me." It was more you saying, "You did rape me, and if you don't, and if you do
Yeah.
piss me off, then I will tell everyone what you did do." So there was a couple of ways that people did interpret that. So a lot of people fell on one of those two sides. So that's just why I wanted to ask you to clear that up, because I don't think you've really had a chance to address a lot of these things, especially that you've never really talked about it. So
No, I haven't. Yeah, but I mean,
so would you
yeah,
would you
you're
say
right.
would you say you regret saying that part now that all the tapes are out?
Regret, like, saying that I threatened to tell people that he raped me?
Yeah.
I mean, he did, though. Like,
I know, but what I'm saying is, obviously he claims, and this is the next question. What were you told the reason for your case being shut down was? Because he claims that these tapes were a big part of why the case was eventually shut down, because he gave these tapes over to the police and apparently they believed him. So that's why I'm asking you if you regret saying that, because now it's on tape and it was taken and it was used against you. So that's why I was asking that question.
I mean, like I said earlier, I didn't even know I was on tape as well. But I called the detective back up, and basically they said that it was dropped because there was not enough evidence. And I've never dealt with, like, lawyers or detectives, so I was, like, in the saddest. I was like, oh, okay. And then we just hung up. I didn't know what to do further the conversation. I didn't know what to do. I was upset. Like, I just...
Well, yes, it's not an easy thing at all, especially when you're just told something like that. I think it probably fits into what he's saying. I feel like these sort of cases are always very hard to prove in the first place, and when you
I'm kind of feeling like it's 4 o'clock, and we're going to play a little while more of this, and then we'll pick it up on another day, because we're going to be doing something like this every single day now, until the end of time, until all these people fuck off and leave me alone. I mean, they seem to think that sitting around covering me constantly is going to make me stop responding. So, apparently that's how their minds work, that if you just constantly harass and stalk someone, then they go away. I'm not really sure how I'm supposed to go away, though, when they're the ones following me around. It's like, I do go away, and then you follow me there. I go to this community, I'm in a chat, and then all of a sudden you're in the chat, trying to tell everyone in the chat that I'm there about RSN. I go to another community, then all of a sudden you're in that chat. I go to another community, then you send a fake account of me into that chat. You almost got Gigi, but he was too smart for you. Gigi's definitely smarter than all of you, so you should just... That was dumb. So this is what I mean. Like, I go away. they follow me. So, like, how am I supposed to go away? I'm not going to log off my channel here. I'm not going to log off the interwebs because this little piss fart here doesn't want to exist on the internet with a married woman that doesn't want to bang him from like 3 years ago. Okay, he's going to have to get over it. But yeah, don't worry. There won't be much that's left. And then we'll pick it up because, like I said, we're just going to start doing this every single day. Everyone wants to be out here. Everyone wants to stream my trauma. Everyone wants to attack me. Everyone wants to say they want to watch me unalive myself on live streams. Hope I OD. All the rest. Dogpile. Accuse me of being a chomo for over a year. Post me up with fucking chomos all over the... Send chomos to come stalk me. And then just keep all of this going for fucking, like, going on 3 years. You know, why can't I start? I was trying to be nice this whole time. I was trying not to do the back and forth. Apparently it doesn't work. I did a little back and forth, and then I was like, okay, never mind. And then you guys just keep going and going and going and going and going and going. So don't worry. We're going to cover each and every one of you, except Valkyrie. Because she, like, actually really wants me to talk about her. I did a poll to ask my subs who they want me to talk about. She was losing, okay? She had 0. Like, everyone was like, we don't want to hear about Valkyrie. Fuck her. So I posted it up. And I was like, Valkyrie, no one wants to hear about you. And then it must have gotten shared by her or something. Because then all of a sudden, 29 votes pops up, right? From 7 to 29 all of a sudden. And guess who they all voted for? Good old Valk. So she, like, literally is an anti-O that, like, hooked up with, like, Jesse and Phoenix at the very beginning of this to, like, attack me and shit. So she really wants me to talk about her. Put her up on my screen. Right? Her little boyfriend there already got a video from me so they can, like, go fap to that and leave me alone. And I'm not going to talk much about Wes because he's the same way. But we're going to deep dive into all these people. Don't worry, I'll do polls. We can figure out who we want to look at next, what we want to do. Right now, though, we're digging into all this shit. Because if you want to berate me with my past traumas from childhood and from my teenage years and say I lied about my shit, let's all talk about yours. All of your craps, right? Let's just deep dive all of you. I mean, don't worry. I'm pretty sure we are going to talk about Wes eventually. We'll watch, like, what YouTube Schizophrenic said about him and all the research he had and the interview with his ex and whatnot. I mean, because that's the funny thing is that all these people have something to hide. Right? A bunch of you are all in fake accounts. A bunch of you go and scrub your histories off the internet. Which I always tell people, don't trust people on here that scrub their whole internet history, okay? That means they have something that they're hiding. Alright, those of us that have nothing to hide, come on here with our real names. We don't care if you know about us, because we don't go around committing crimes or doing anything. Funny story, I don't have a record. Can't have a record to be in social work. So I've never gotten a record. All these people have records, though. And maybe we should also go through them. Because if you're going to dig through me and my life, like I said, and try and attack me and make me unalive myself, why can't I start digging into all your lives? I tried to walk away how many times? Tried to leave how many times? Told you to go away how many times? Still don't get the message. So this time, we really got to make sure that all these people get the message.
You have a lot of conflicting reports, such as he's got some tapes that maybe show one way and then there's another recording of him saying that you said no twice. There can sometimes be a lot of confusion, and I mean, you've seen it yourself on YouTube. There are a lot of people who are for you, there are a lot of people who are against you, and you have to remember, if you had like a jury of people, it is very likely that would be the same thing when it comes out there. So it's not maybe a 100% factual case that people are going to look at and think, yeah, this is definitely what happened one way or the other. And because there was just a lot of misinformation out there and there was a lot of confusing things put out there. But hopefully with time, people can see what the truth is for themselves. People can make their own minds up. So the last thing I want to ask is if you have anything else you would like to add or anything else you want to clear up.
I mean, people were wondering why I stayed the extra days with him and streamed at the mall, because that happened after that. I mean, I didn't have anywhere else to go at the time, and I don't know if you or anybody else knows this, but I literally, after that happened, after he raped me or caressed me into sex, either way, I literally was sick. Like, every morning I woke up, I didn't even want to leave to go out to stream. I literally threw up in the bathroom. I was ill for some strange reason. And then at the mall, he tried.
Sometimes when you experience severe trauma, it can actually come out as a physical symptom, such as getting sick. You guys have actually seen that from me. Pretty cool, isn't it?
Tried to get $100 from me for cocaine as well. So he was trying to ask me for money for drugs, and I was like, no, I'm not giving you money for cocaine. I'm not doing cocaine with you or cocaine at all. But like, those are some of the other major things that.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people. They wonder why is she still there? Why is she still streaming? And my thing that I always said in videos was I always thought, well, one, you had nowhere else to go. He's paid for your flight out there. You've got a flight back. You've not got the money to pay to get yourself back out there. I mean, once it all went down, was it Beck and the police and whatever, they all helped?
It was
got you home.
Beck paid for my hotel. The police paid for the room the next night. Maxie bought me food, which she bought me a lot of food. I didn't expect that. And they brought me to the airport the next when I had to leave. And I did keep my distance as well. Like, we went to McDonald's and I was completely ignoring, like, away from him, and he got so pissed off. But like, I wanted to keep my distance.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't it felt